I don't even know if it recorded that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals. I can't even anymore.
Hey, we was on a roll. Like, we had a good, maybe a solid month and a half.
Yeah, and really good intros. And your sister over here messed me up.
Which this is a deja vu moment. We definitely had this before.
All right, I'm sorry. Start over.
All right. Take two.
Yes. Well, welcome to 3D Rivals, the podcast where we're what?
You're not gonna start over at what's up, everybody?
He didn't start over or nothing. I was waiting for the what's up, everybody. Man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and I'm joined by my two siblings, my brother Derek.
What's up, everybody?
And my sister,
Desi.
This week, we're going to be talking about another podcast. We talked about it before last year. Last year, it was Wolverine the Long Night. Now it's the second season. Wolverine the Lost Trail. So they have 4 episodes out for free on Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. It did come out earlier this year on Stitcher Premium, but if you're, poor like us and you don't pay for Stitcher, now you can listen to the podcast for free. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, we have the news, and then everything will be good. So first, let me ask you guys, what did you think of Wolverine the Lost Trail so far?
I think it's really good. I feel like I like it better than the first season, which is, kind of hard to say. Sometimes the second season is never as good. Mm-hmm. I think it is. It definitely makes me like, I want to keep listening, but I got to wait because, there's only 1 episode a week.
Yeah. Yeah, they're only releasing a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah, I liked it as well. I will say it is better than the first season. And I mean, no knock to the first season. The first season was great. But I'm liking this season as well. The story, like how everything is leading up so far with just the 4 episodes. I'm loving it. And like Desi said, like
Sorry.
I wish it just wasn't 1 episode, a week, because it was like listening to all 4 episodes at once. Like I could have kept going, but yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I liked it about as much.
I think
season.
I like the characters in this one. Like I really like Marcus.
Marcus?
Yeah.
He's interesting.
He's very, and I feel like I like everyone, because like the first one, the award group, they were just kind of annoying to me, even though they were a giant red herring.
Yeah.
In the first season, so I feel like this one I like everyone, like even the stupid cold-blooded people.
Yeah.
What's her name? Miss. What is that?
What was her name? I forgot. I just listened to it too.
I listened to it today because I wanted to make sure I remember everything.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she's the leader of...
Yeah, the leader of that, I just feel like I like everyone. Only thing, they advertised Gambit being in this, so I'm hoping he's in more than that 30 seconds he was in.
Okay.
I was thinking that too.
Before we continue, let me just say, if you haven't listened to Wolverine the Lost Trail, it'll be spoilers for the first 4 episodes of this season. Just in case you don't want to be spoiled.
Is there really spoily things, though?
It is kind of like a mystery podcast, so I don't...
But, I mean, we don't know anything yet. 4 episodes in, I'm still like, what's Jason Wingard doing?
Yeah. So, that was interesting, too. So, basically, like, people are hearing whispers and stuff, and... Like, they're being drawn away and they're disappearing. And at first I'm like, is there like a Piper character in the MCU? I mean, because that's kind of like what he does. But it turns out is Jason Wingard, which is Mastermind.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I looked it up, he can make people see illusions. So they can see, hear, and feel things that's not really happening, but in their mind, it's like real.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. The guy on the boat was saying that, he had people like pulling him in the water and there's like bodies down there. Turns out, none of that stuff had happened for real. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we go back to the early 2000s, X-Men Evolution had an episode.
Yes.
And I forget, who is he controlling?
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Yes, I remember this because I literally just looked up who he was, and it was showing like, where he showed up in other things, and of course, like every cartoon, like in our original animated series, he showed up during the Dark Phoenix saga, and X-Men Evolution, it was during the Scarlet Witch thing to make her think that Magneto had actually taken care of her instead of giving her away.
Oh, okay.
Because she's cray. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's where he showed up in that.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that. And then it has something to do with Apocalypse too, I think. That was like towards the end of that season.
I don't remember that far.
Oh.
Wikipedia did not get that deep.
Okay. But in this, of course, it seems, we're going to say seems that Jason Wingard's going to be the big bad. But, you can never tell with this series. It might change.
Yeah, because the Weapon X, it sounds like, what did I say? Weapon X. It sounds like that they were using him for their program to wipe the minds of the mutants. So did he also get away and now doing his own thing?
Okay, I didn't pick that up. So
well, because remember, Wolverine was saying that, didn't he say that Wingard had wiped his mind previously when he was talking to Marcus?
I think he mentioned that his mind was wiped. But then again, are we sure Weapon X can't be still using him because someone had their mind wiped recently?
I know, but I'm saying is, did he escape like Wolverine did, and now is he doing his own thing? Is what my question is.
Oh, okay.
Well, but they've been saying he's been doing this for months, like taking people.
Yeah, so I just understand, like, Weapon X, how you lose 2 of your mutants.
I don't. Well, it's Weapon X. Yeah. It's interesting. Weapon X. So Weapon X is a U.S. agency now, because it was a Canadian thing, wasn't it?
I think.
I want to say but
that might depend on what comic book you're reading, right?
On what story we reading?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Okay. So yeah, it's been interesting. It's always, I love this storytelling. We talked about it last year when we talked about The Long Night, but the storytelling, and it's always so interesting. I think it's less of people telling what happened in the past.
Yeah.
But it's still interesting.
Yeah, you do get some of it, like when Marcus talked about what happened to his mom. When the fisherman was talking about his incident on the boat. So you still get it a lot, but I feel like last season most of the story was told in flashbacks, or this is what I did while you were away.
Yeah.
And this season is not as much as that, but I think it's still very good, and I love the sound effects, the inflection of people's voices. It's like I can picture this happening while I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and with Weapon X, yes, it is a Canadian government.
Okay.
At least that's where it started out at. And I don't see any. I just skimmed through it really quickly. I didn't see anything mentioning it with the United States. But, I mean, each story can have its own thing. So.
Or they could just be telling people in the U.S. that they're.
Well, I was gonna say. I mean, they're obviously not above doing, whatever they want.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, a few antagonists. We have the return of the Sentinel from last season.
Different voice, though.
Different voice, which I had to put together.
It threw me off in the first episode. I was like, wait, that's not her voice. Yeah.
I knew it right off. And then when she said Sally Pierce, with the accent, I'm like, okay.
And I also feel like they keep mentioning Wolverine in Tokyo. Like, what was this dude up to in Tokyo?
Yeah, we missed the whole thing.
Yeah, like a whole little excursion happened over there. So, I don't know. Maybe that's season 3?
Well, we go back to where he did in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, we never know. Probably fought, what was Omega Red? They haven't used Omega Red.
Omega Red's not.
Silver
Oh, no, Omega Red is
Russian.
Russian.
Russian, yeah. So he would have to be.
The Silver
there to
Samurai.
fight Omega Red.
Yeah, Silver Samurai.
Okay, you know they haven't used Omega Red, and like maybe the MCU can pick that up.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna wait to touch Wolverine though.
Yeah, well, they're waiting to touch the X-Men period, so
You just have to wait on Wolverine. Not
just wait on it. Wolverine.
Just wait on Wolverine.
Well, do some side characters like
Yeah.
some of the lesser known mutants. But yeah, so I don't know. It's always so compelling. So we got this. You were talking about the group, the Cold Blooded,
Yeah,
and they're like feeding mutants to their alligators and stuff.
yeah.
Dude, I did not know what that sound was because it just went to it, and I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah. So they hunt mutants and feed them to the alligators. I feel like a lot of this season has a kind of racial undertones.
Yeah, I've kind of felt that. I was like, it's kind of relevant.
Yeah, I felt that, especially like I think in the line we're saying that I think when he was talking to Flamingo and the guy was like, you always know people felt that way. He said, but now they're more like out in the open about it, and I feel like that's just kind of like definitely parallel to what we're seeing today.
Yeah, most definitely,
Yeah.
and you can see that. You can even see it in the leader of the Cold Blooded, and like she just hates mutants.
Yeah.
For no real reason, like nothing bad happened to her. A mutant didn't kill her family or whatever. She just dislikes them.
Yeah.
Like the person she killed at the start of the episode was just somebody that could
Communicate with machines.
communicate with machines. Okay, not a real dangerous person.
Yeah, so she seems to take pride in in killing mutants and hunting them down. She reminds me a lot. I know y'all probably never watched this show. There's a show called Justified that came on.
Sounds familiar.
I want to say it came on FX or something. Anyways, there was a season with like this lady, like she was running this crew, and that is what she reminds me of. She reminds me of that person, and basically it's like the whole crew is scared of her, and they do what she says, but by not listening, they lost the Wolverine in a fight because do what the sitting lady tell you to do.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
Weapon X gave them tranquilizers to fight Wolverine.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't need tranquilizers. Why are we using tranquilizers?
Yeah.
Like, well, because you can't kill him.
Yeah.
And, so
Yeah.
somebody got their leg cut off?
Yeah, he got his leg cut off, and yeah. So yeah, it's very interesting. So I feel like that group is a little dysfunction. I kind of want to know like how they end up playing out. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're gonna follow them to what's the name of the place?
Greenhaven.
Yeah.
Greenhaven. I think they're going to take the role that the Aurora group took.
I
from
think
the-
they're gonna be a giant. They're just here to make noise in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cause problems.
Yeah.
Which seems interesting. And I kind of want to follow them too, because like you were saying, it is an interesting perspective and kind of relevant with what we see going on today. How, she just want to eliminate mutants from the United States or whatever. She's happy and content with killing them one at a time,
Yeah.
doing so.
And she's a little.
I'm
crazy.
just like, isn't that just taking it the long way?
Not if you crazy for real. She's a psychopath.
Yeah, she crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, it always got me in the X-Men universe how they're like, let's kill all the mutants and stuff, when according to the way X-Men works, even if you somehow took all the mutants and killed them all,
There would
then
still
in
be
a
mutants.
generation another mutant will show up because
Yes.
it's a mutation.
But people don't realize that. It's like, oh, we just get rid of them all. But someone somewhere is carrying that mutant XG.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's like there will still be mutants. There will always be mutants.
Yeah, and then even if you like, a mutation is a mutate, it's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Like you're not just gonna get rid of it. So it's crazy.
I
but
mean, it's kind of like cancer. It's just like you can try to take different preventive measures to not get it, but in a lot of cases with people, it just happen. I mean, there's no like clear-cut preventive measure to prevent it. And I kind of liken that to like the X gene. It's just like some people have it, some people don't.
Yeah. So, that's interesting. Where you see like the irrationality of her,
Mm-hmm.
but that's how people are.
Yeah.
It was kind of realistic. So that was interesting. Gambit, you mentioned him.
Yeah.
First, I don't know. I kind of wish they got a different voice actor. It didn't sound. He sounded too.
Yeah.
His voice was too light for
I
Gambit
agree.
for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he shows back up, and I'm assuming he is, since they made a big deal about him being here, that maybe because they only spoke briefly.
Yeah.
That maybe if we get him in another setting, we can hear how it is.
Yeah, it was a lot going on in that.
Yeah, because they were playing cards with the guy. There's people yelling in the background, place your bet, play your card. We're waiting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that was interesting. But I did, when he found the ace, I was like, oh, really?
Oh, damn it.
I was wondering how they were going to introduce him since they said that he was going to be in this season of the podcast.
Well, I mean, they're in Louisiana, so.
They're in his hometown, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he's going to show up again.
Yeah, he's probably going to show up again. I doubt they'll have just one little scene with him. But it was interesting enough. I would like to see more. It was just the voice actor kind of threw me off. I'm like, that Gambit?
I think because we're used to hearing the Gambit from the cartoon.
Yeah, the 90s cartoon.
And I think that kind of gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. But it wasn't bad.
You get so spoiled.
Well, hey. It still wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Pretty interesting. I don't know where it's going at this point.
I don't know. I don't think we ever gave a good summary of what is happening. Right? Did we?
Well, no. We said, okay, so people are being taken by Mastermind.
Yeah, we still Jason Wingard's going around taking people. They're helping him build this Green Haven, which is supposed to be like a mutant sanctuary.
Right, but I don't think it actually is.
I think he's experimenting on them or something.
Yeah. But Green Haven is supposed to be a sanctuary.
Right, and it seems like Weapon X is also very interested in this Green Haven.
Yeah. And Wolverine runs into the guy. He was working at the bar that Maureen was going to.
Yeah.
And that's Marcus, so Marcus kind of forces himself to team up with Wolverine.
Because his mom is missing.
His mom is
immune, but he is not.
Yeah. So you have that. And, I mean, he's interesting. He's an interesting character.
I like his character.
Yeah. And his mom was helping mutants in that little town. I want to say Rockwell.
I think it was called that. And they had, she already had kind of a sanctuary.
Yeah. There was, the town was made up of mostly mutants, and now they're, disappearing.
Well, the whole town disappeared, basically, which was weird.
Yeah.
So all the mutants. But didn't they say Jason was taking some humans, too? Because they found all this stuff. Maureen was tracking it.
Yeah, because of the one lady that they visit, and she said her husband, because he was a builder or something. Builder, yeah.
Or he was a contractor.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff, but the basis of this season is that people are going missing. Wolverine's trying to find it, and our clue is that it's probably Mastermind. We don't know if it is, because they mentioned that this seems like it's outside of his powers.
Right, because they're saying his power doesn't work at that range to control that many people from that far away.
Yeah.
Now, I did read on Wikipedia that if he has, some sort of amplifier thing, he can do it.
Like Cerebro?
Yeah, like a cerebral type thing. It was not called that. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like there's some shenanigans going on. And all is not what it seems.
Well, it's not. It never is with this podcast.
No.
But that's what makes it really good, though.
Yeah. So we definitely will have to come back to this and talk about it after the podcast ends, because honestly, right now, I don't know where it's going. I honestly don't know, but it's really interesting. So if you guys haven't listened to it, definitely listen to it. If you haven't listened to season 1, listen to that, because that was amazing. And I'll say this is one of the best podcasts out there.
I think so. And I feel like it's I kind of just discovered it on a whim.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I stumbled on it. It is a very good listen if you're at work, not doing much of anything, listen to it.
Turn it on, listen to it. It will capture your attention, I would say. I mean, it's pretty good. You guys had any other thoughts or ideas about Wolverine: The Lost Trail?
No. Do we want to give it a ranking, or do we want to wait to the end to rank it?
Yeah, since we don't know where it's going, I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, we can always drop our ranking if it sucks at the end.
All right, sure. Derek, what do you say it's ranked so far?
I give it a 9.
And Desi?
I was probably going to give it an 8 or an 8.5.
Okay.
I really do like this season.
Yeah. I was thinking around the same, but I guess I'll give it an 8.5. So, yeah, there we go. We'll see if it keeps that ranking.
Yeah, if it goes downhill, we'll remove some ranking points.
Yeah, but I doubt it. I doubt it would go downhill.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did we rate it last year?
No, that was before
I don't think we did.
System.
Yeah.
I would give last season an 8.
Okay.
I give last season an 8 as well.
Fair enough. 3D Rivals gives us an 8.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. So we'll see how this season goes. So that was Wolverine: The Lost Trail. Again, if you haven't listened to it, make sure you listen to it. You can find it wherever you find podcasts. We are not sponsored. We just like it. So just let you know. Let's talk box office for a second. So one thing came up in box office. Spider-Man: Far From Home passed $1 billion.
Of course it did.
It has to be expected. I think it made like 800,000.
I feel like that's not even news anymore. I think we should start counting when people don't make $1 billion.
Okay, so we mentioned it when you don't. Like, this movie has not made $1 billion.
Yes.
It sucks.
Yep.
Okay. That's cool. On that note, let's get into the news. First bit of news that I had, Andy Serkis apparently is in talks to direct Venom 2.
Okay. Has he directed anything before?
Apparently he's done like some, I don't think he's done like been the main director for a major film yet. He's done some stuff. I mean, I like Andy Serkis. I'm like, oh, I never seen him direct anything.
He seems like an odd individual.
Probably.
So I don't know, does his oddness show up in his directing?
We'll have to see.
No, because I will not be watching Venom 2.
You didn't watch Venom 1?
I sure didn't.
Don't. I probably will be watching Venom 2 if it comes out. Yay for me, because, again, guys, we're your first line of defense against stupid movies.
Yes. Save your $8 until we tell you.
We'll let you know how dumb the movie was. So, yeah, okay. I found it odd. Like, I can't say anything bad about it because Andy Serkis is a good actor, but that doesn't mean you're a good director.
It definitely seems like an odd choice. I mean, I guess I have to look up to see what else he has done, directing wise. But then again, I feel like Sony does this kind of thing all the time. You know, they be so random with their choices.
Sony is a random company.
Mm-hmm.
While you look up what Andy Serkis has done, Runaways Season 3 has been set to come out this December.
Okay.
So we'll be able to check that out and see where they're going with that. That last season was pretty interesting there. We'll see how they're going about continuing, because I think some people are missing. Like some of the characters went missing at the end of Season 2. Or they were taken or something.
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Didn't we talk about it?
No, we didn't talk about the Runaways.
Oh.
No.
We talked about Cloak and Dagger and how that might lead into the Runaways Season 3 and how they might be in
Did
season.
we read somewhere that they are going to do a crossover?
They said they would eventually.
Yeah.
But, I mean, both series has had 2 seasons now. So
Okay.
I would think third season is about the time for
All
them to
right.
cross.
So according to IMDb, he has directed 5 times. The only thing I have heard of is Malawi, The little Jungle Book boy. I'm pronouncing.
Oh,
that wrong.
Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
The Legend of the Jungle was a Netflix show.
Yeah, didn't people like that?
Man, let's see.
I think that did get some good ratings.
No, it did not.
Nope. Okay, never mind.
I got a 51.
All right. All right, Mowgli. Yeah, no one watched that for one because Jungle Book was coming out.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I've heard of. He only directed something 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
Okay.
Well, in the next bit of news, Sylvester Stallone. He wants to do a Rocky sequel.
With him?
Yeah, with Rocky as you know how Creed was the sequels.
We already have Creed. We don't need Rocky.
So he wants to do another one where Rocky is the main character again.
Does Rocky have a heart attack in the ring? Because that's the only thing that will happen.
He had some kind of synopsis of what he wants about like him running into an angry person on the street and like they're stuck in the country and it just did not make sense. So he's helping this angry homeless foreigner.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, what?
Isn't that just crazy?
I don't know, but it doesn't make sense at all.
No, we have Creed. We don't need Rocky.
We don't need another one. We really don't.
Or, what is it, 6?
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
But yeah, I
It would be
thought
7.
Creed marked the end. That like that was
Yeah, I
like,
thought
all right,
Creed
now
was
we've
the
moved
transition.
on. Yeah,
Right.
Especially since Creed is good.
yeah.
They're good movies. Why would we go backwards? We moved on.
I don't know. And it would be 7D.
Rocky 7.
7, yeah, 5 too many. Actually, I take that back.
Yeah, because
6 too
you
many,
have
'cause I
Rocky
didn't
5,
like
and then you
Rocky
got
5,
Rocky 6, which actually is just called Rocky, I believe.
Oh, is that
and
when he was
this is
fighting
when
that
he
boy in the
meets.
street?
I think so, because he meets his son, and his son is played by the dude that played Peter in Heroes.
Okay. I'm trying to. I didn't watch
sorry.
Heroes.
This makes no sense. Peter Petrelli.
I don't know his. Yeah, dude. He's on This Is Us.
Milo.
He plays the father.
Oh, Jack. Oh,
His name is
Jack-
Milo.
Milo something with a V.
Yeah, V something. Villanueva.
Yeah,
Milo
yeah,
Venezuela.
He plays Sylvester Stallone's son,
Oh, okay.
Rocky's son.
Oh, his name
Oh,
is
he
Jack.
do got that little like side mouth thing that he does.
I wonder if that's why they picked him to play his son.
That can't be. That would be so wrong.
That's not, no.
That's horrible.
Adrian.
See, that's just rude. That's just rude. So, next bit of news. So Marvel What If ellipses question mark. That's the title. Like the title has what if, then ... and then a question mark.
But why are you saying it?
Because
I mean,
it's
that's
the title.
like me saying, "Do you want something to eat?" Question mark.
Right.
But why is the ellipses there? I'm gonna say it. So Marvel What If ellipses question mark will consist of alternative events from the first 23 movies of Marvel.
Oh, so they're not even making up. There's just like, what if? Okay, I thought they were like completely new things.
No, so that's why it was what if Peggy Carter had the super soldier
It
serum
still
instead.
makes no sense.
Whatever, like Steve died and she decided to do it
First of
So-
all, they would never choose her to do it
because she was British.
because she's a woman.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It was the 40s.
Especially for that time period, yeah.
That's what I'm
I didn't
saying.
even think about that.
He said because she's British.
What? That's still liable for America in the 40s. That's liable for America now. You can't do it. You're British. So yeah, so stuff like that. So I guess we're gonna be getting different like what ifs for each one.
Oh, so okay. So I guess it's like, all those things that logically be like, why didn't they just do it this way? We'll get that like, oh, what if Iron Man didn't do this?
Yeah, or maybe what if Bucky didn't become the Winter Soldier?
Who will become the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I guess that would be boring.
Or is it what if Bucky didn't kill Tony's parents?
Ah.
That's a good one.
Civil War wouldn't happen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
side
Or
topic,
what if the rest of the Winter Soldiers were released?
which is what I thought they were going in that movie.
Some people are happy they didn't.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just that's what I thought, but it didn't. Side topic. So there was I guess, kind of new how it should have ended. And it was saying, how did Steve return some of those stones?
Oh, we should have mentioned that. I saw that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you see
That
this? So
was
can we talk
hilarious.
about this just a little bit?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Tesseract was in the cube.
Yeah.
You're supposed to return it as you had it.
Yeah.
The cube is gone.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
The little orb power thing is gone.
Yeah.
How do you
All
get
of it. The scepter
the
was
scepter
gone.
is gone. You had to insert
Yeah.
the cube back into Jane Foster. I was just like, oh yeah, I totally bought him going back in time and replacing these things, only to completely forget that he couldn't replace
Like we
them.
all questioned how he came back. We were questioning the wrong things.
Yes, we completely missed
Right. We
the
did.
biggest problem of it all. He
Yeah.
had no way to replace it.
Because all of the stones were contained in something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or like the fact that you can't pick up the power stone.
yeah.
Yeah. So that
Yeah, watching that was hilarious. But same thing. I'm just like, wow, yeah, this would not have worked.
It just absolutely wouldn't have worked.
no, but it was interesting. But we don't question that. We'll just leave it.
Well, I wasn't questioning it until now, and now I'm like, oh yeah, how did you do that?
Get the Sorcerer Supreme to make all the stuff for you.
Well, who made the stuff in the first place?
The Celestials, I guess.
Okay.
They're the ones that created the stones, right?
Yeah. So did they put it in a cube?
I guess, or maybe I don't know.
See?
I think somebody else put it in the cube.
Yeah. So who put it in the cube? You gotta get it from him.
Yeah, and they took the cube like way back in the 70s. So
Yeah.
like some of the stuff, I guess you could just return the stone and it'd be like fine,
Yeah, I guess.
whatever,
Except for the Power Stone,
because
you
nobody
can't
can
touch
pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So very interesting. It kind of made me go,
Yeah.
yeah.
That wasn't. That's very interesting.
Yeah, a little more stuff about Marvel here. The movies and shows that were announced at Comic-Con last week, that is the entirety of Phase 4. So those 2 years is Phase 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So there's 10 things. There's 5 movies, 5 TV shows,
Okay.
which is surprising. So none of the sequels are in Phase 4. So there's no Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that. Fantastic Four, X-Men are not in Phase 4. Deadpool's not in Phase 4. So it's just what we got in that
This is
lineup.
Phase 4. I find it very interesting that the sequels are not going to be in Phase 4, but I'm wondering if they're holding back so that they can catch up the timeline.
Maybe, but you know what? A lot of these movies are still taking place. Like Far From Home technically was in 2024 because he went the whole school year after he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking that after Phase 4 there may be a movie. I'm probably gonna be wrong now that I think about it, because he was saying that it necessarily doesn't lead into another Avengers movie, but we do know they say one thing and then another thing comes up.
I don't think there's going to be another Endgame type thing.
Yeah,
Right. I think
there will be other
there's going to
Avengers
be
movies.
another. I think it's going to be another Avengers movie with the characters that's leading into the sequels.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, Phase 4 may end off in some nice, fun fashion.
Yeah.
But what was the last movie? I don't even remember like what it was. But it's just not going to be a big team up movie.
Right.
You might get Avengers in Phase 5 or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're holding on because now in Phase 5 they can start introducing some of the people that they got back.
Yeah.
Right. I can tell you right quick.
Blade was the last thing they announced. Was he the last?
He's not in Phase 4.
He's not in Phase 4.
No.
Oh.
So these 2020 and 2021 is Phase 4. Hold on, let me see if I can.
So what was the last thing they announced before Blade? Was it WandaVision?
Before Blade and Fantastic Four.
Well, I don't think they're going to end it on a TV show. You think?
No, I'm trying to remember the announcement.
Thor is the last movie,
Thor?
so you can make that epic enough too.
Can you though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Thor.
I'm never excited to see.
I mean,
Thor.
it can lead into something.
Lead into what?
Nothing. What do you mean? What's it going to lead into?
Yeah, Thor doesn't lead into anything.
Well, it could lead into Ragnarok, led into Infinity War.
At the very end.
Whatever. So Black Widow kicks it off, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, then the Eternals. Falcon and Winter Soldier's modern times. Eternals supposedly is 2. Shang-Chi is going to be WandaVision. I'm going to say technically, but I feel like she's going to be doing some weird stuff. Multiverse of Madness will be. Loki is not. That's in the past. Because this is following the Loki that stole the Tesseract. Mm-hmm. Which, how does that still see, their time travel stuff makes no sense.
No, it does.
It doesn't. How does he still steal the Tesseract if they went back to the 70s and stole it before then?
Because remember, it creates its own timeline.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it.
So that's a separate timeline.
The What If Ellipses question mark series doesn't matter. Hawkeye is that's a TV show, and then we end with Thor. So, but you know what? While it doesn't have like a big old Avenger style movie tacked on at the end of it, there's still like a lot of big things in here.
No, I don't think it does, and I think it's just Phase 4 because they're calling it Phase 4. I think it's just kind of like building up for like Phase 5 or whatever. It doesn't have to end on like how Phase 1 ended at the Avengers.
Yeah,
it definitely doesn't have to end like that. Although I will say I'm not excited about Thor. I don't see the Thor movies in the theaters, and I won't see this one in theaters.
Well, fair enough for you. I'm watching Thor.
I am too.
Ragnarok was fun, so I enjoyed it, and I'm ready to see more of what Taika Waititi would do with Thor. So,
and I did have news about the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It said that it would revolve around the government not wanting Sam to be Captain America.
Well, who do they want? Well, he was on the other side.
We would have to find the show. Watch the show to find out.
Well, yeah, Steve Rogers is, quote, dead.
Well, that's what they wanted.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So now that Steve Rogers isn't around, who would the government want to be Captain America?
I don't know. There's no other super soldier. Besides Bucky. You know they don't want Bucky.
They don't want Bucky because he's a terrorist. So...
Right. I don't know. I guess we will have to watch the show and find out.
Right. Yeah, so a bunch of stuff, and it does feel like it kind of ramps up. You got Eternals that could set up some stuff, but that's probably going to be a bit separate. Like, I feel like it's going to be more of the space
all
stuff.
Of it's a setup for Phase 5.
Yeah. Shang-Chi, I mean, we're getting the real Mandarin, so that's going to make things interesting. WandaVision's going to probably be trippy. We know Multiverse of Madness is going to be trippy. And then Thor...
Hey, well, maybe we don't get this in movies too often. Well, maybe one or two villains. I mean, other movies where there have been multiple villains, movies has been horrible, aka Batman and Robin. But maybe this leads into multiple villains teaming up.
I feel like we've always.
I mean, yeah, there's
villains.
always been multiple villains. I mean, yeah.
There's always been multiple villains.
Iron Man 2, you got Justin Hammer and Whiplash.
Yep.
Right. No, but I'm talking about like on a level of like, and don't take this the wrong way when I say Sinister 6, but I'm saying like something that after
Yeah, you cut out there, but something like Sinister Six.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
something like that. But I mean, not it's just like okay, when we read in stories or comic book stories or even on shows, sometimes you get it's Red Skull, Doctor Doom, and Loki. I was like, because all right, we had the Avengers. There was 5 heroes, so I'm just like, what if there's a movie where there's 5 villains and they have to stop
villains?
those 5 villains? That's what I'm saying.
Didn't we talk about that? Because
Yeah.
wasn't there?
Well, Dark Avengers is a thing that they believe
like,
they're
wasn't
leading
there
up
like
to.
a social media site that got taken down?
Yeah.
It was about the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay.
It was a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, we did talk about that. We talked about that.
Yeah, so.
Well, I have some news if you are not done with news.
Well, in mentioning
are
that, I just saw somebody, apparently, I don't know when they came up with this, but this is definitely fake. They're like, oh, here's Marvel's phase for Slate, the Wasp escape from the microverse, Black Panther's Secret Empire, Spider-Man Dimensions, Nova, Captain Marvel and the Valkyries,
It's okay.
Ant-Man versus the Masters of Evil, Warlock, Thunderbolts, and Avengers X.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, none of that stuff is a thing.
Yeah.
And you
Right.
guys, you did not hit anything. I guess you guys were guessing. This looks like it's just like what fans would want.
Yeah.
And it probably would be horrible, and I'm glad Marvel's not doing it. So, so stupid. They literally have like title cards and stuff made up. Like they spent time doing that.
Yeah.
But they used
One thing we got to know about with Marvel, they're not going to rush anything along just because fans want it to be done.
Well, yeah.
Because I liken it to like with sports. It's like, yeah, we are the best coach and the best critics sitting at home on our couch drinking beer and eating chips and hot dogs. But if we were out in that person's position, having to make the same decision, we would make even worse decisions.
Did you just say like decisions 4 times? But yeah, we got you.
Yeah. But that's the thing though. It's just like, yeah, we can always talk about how we would do a movie or it should be done this way, but it's just like, really? Would it be that much better? Probably 9 times out of 10 be worse.
Yeah, but I would say let's not forget how Far From Home ended as well. So I do think they're probably going to be addressing some Skrull stuff throughout these series. Like it may be it's for some of the movies, it might only be some end credit scenes, but I think we're going to be getting a few things
I
addressing
think
the
they're going to
Skrulls.
build on that because, I mean, they already let us know, like, okay, the Skrulls been here the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to build on that to say, like, exactly how much have they been affecting
Right.
us. And then I feel like at some point in time, it's going to end up negative that the fact that the Skrulls been here
Yeah.
the
Oh,
entire
that
time.
stuff could even be answered in Loki. Even though this is an alternate timeline, there's still kind of, like if he runs into a Skrull in 2014, it still could mean that person was a Skrull in our timeline too, because it's split from that point. So some interesting things could happen from this.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll have to figure out who the big bad guy for all of this is. So that's probably going to be set up. I think like Thor is going to end with a reveal of who the big bad guy is. You know how the Avengers ended and it was like, oh, it's Thanos.
Yeah.
He's coming in 10 years.
Yeah,
So-
we waited a long time.
We really did.
So, it's like a big Galactus head floats along or something. I don't know. But, we might get something like that. But, Derek, you said you had some news.
Yes, I had some news as well. For you comic book readers, starting December 24th, 2019, there will be a new story arc for the X-Men. and it is called House of X. And basically is going to reveal the secret past, present, and future, and far into the future for the mutants. And it starts with Charles Xavier revealing his new master plan for mutant kind. And basically it will bring mutants out of the shadows of humans and into the light. So that's going to be the new Marvel story arc with the X-Men starting this Christmas Eve.
Cool.
Yep. And I wanted to mention, you didn't mention this with box office, but The Lion King is at 100 million.
It's past 100 million.
You did not read that right.
Oh, I'm sorry. It nears 1 billion. My bad. I did not read that right. Sorry.
100 million. It made more than that in the first weekend.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's going to make
that.
money. It's lacking.
Yeah, sorry, I read that all completely wrong.
Yeah, I didn't mention it because everyone knew Lion King made money, but sure, yes, Lion King, it's almost at a billion.
Money.
It took a 60% drop, though.
It did, but I don't think
it made so much
when
money
you make so much in your first weekend, sometimes that percentage drop doesn't matter as much.
Endgame didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's not Endgame, is it?
I'm just saying.
Also, Endgame made almost $3 billion, so
yeah.
Saying.
So though that was my news.
Okay, so new X-Men comic book. That's exactly like all the other X-Men comic books.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to set a new precedent that they're going to reset in the future.
Don't they always?
Yes.
Yeah, that happens with all comic books because I guess technically you have to do that. But yeah, cool.
I don't read comics.
My last bit of news. It's not really comic or movie related, but I thought it was funny.
Okay.
So, a mother was angry and says that millennials that don't have children should be banned from going to Disney World.
So I saw that, and I was like, "You's a hater. We can enjoy Disney World if we want to."
I'm just saying, like, she went on this long rant. Before I talk about it, I'm going to read what she posted. I have to edit it because she used some expletives. But she said, "This pisses me off to no end when I see childless couples without at Disney World." So that doesn't make any sense. Disney
I can't take her seriously. She can't write.
Disney World is a family amusement park. Yet these immature millennials throw away their money on useless crap. I'm going to comment on who's throwing away money here at the end. They have no idea the joy and happiness it is to mothers who buys their babies treats and toys. They will never experience the exhaustion that it is to chase a 3-year-old around and getting stares at assuming I'm a bad mother. Yeah, she's really got to work on her grammar.
Oh my goodness.
You can't talk about us if your grammar is second
like,
grade.
This is really bad.
Maybe she shouldn't have children.
This C word in some very slutty shorts was buying a Mickey pretzel, and Aiden, I guess that's our 3-year-old, wanted one, but the line was very long. So I said later, and it broke his poor little heart, and he cried. Who cares? Yeah. I wanted to take that effing pretzel from that tramp. Like, thanks, Pete. You made my son cry.
Okay, can we pause for a second?
Yes.
How far behind was she from this girl in the short shorts? You know what I mean? Like, were you right behind her? So obviously there was several people between your
like
kid.
If the line was too long,
If the line was too long. There's several, so she wasn't taking your son's spot.
Yeah.
And if you didn't want your kid to cry, stand in line.
Yeah.
Secondly, like I tell your kid, no one cares that you're crying.
Yeah,
So
my son
stop.
cries at everything.
Yes, I'm
Whatever.
like,
He
no
asks for a
one
cookie. I
cares.
tell him no. He starts crying. I mean,
Yes.
he's
So
3. Whatever.
Yeah, if he wants a Mickey Mouse pretzel, stand in line and get the pretzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Disney World is for children That's not true. But people without children need to be banned. Mothers with children should be allowed to skip all the
Lines.
Okay.
Yeah,
With an
first,
S.
so one, if people without children are banned, how are you going to skip all the lines if you're a mother with a child? You really got to think these three things through.
Okay. First of all, ain't that many millennials storing up Disney World, making it hard for you? Just stand at. First of all, Disney World has always had lines. Stand
It's going to
in
be
line.
forever crowded. It's
Yes,
Disney World.
It's Disney World. Stand in line with your kid and enjoy it. Stop looking at me while I'm enjoying it without having to chase a little baby around.
It's like you have no idea what it's like to stand in line for 3 hours with a cranky, tired, exhausted toddler. And I can't tell him that we can't do something because it's his vacation too. I hate childless women with a burning passion. Wait, you hate childless women?
So it sounds like to me you got a kid you don't like. And
That doesn't even make sense. Like, everybody's a childless woman. Every woman's a childless woman at some
so
point.
you're mad at millennials because we have the freedom to enjoy Disney World without kids?
That's what it sounds like. She's angry because
Yeah.
they're there. So here's the thing. At the beginning, she mentions you throw away your money on useless crap. You threw away your money because you brought a toddler to Disney World.
Yeah, you wait till that kid is 5.
Like that's I don't care what people say or think. Like, I don't take my 3-year-old right now on vacation because he will not remember, and everything is an adventure to him now. I can go to the mall and he's excited about it because who cares? It's all new, whatever. Why waste because Disney World's expensive. Why are you wasting that money on a 3-year-old when you can enjoy it?
Right.
Because you're chasing your 3-year-old around.
Yeah, and then, I mean, what part of is it that we're wasting our money on? Or are we wasting our money that we decided after we got a good job? We can afford Disney World. So we're wasting our money going? How is
Right.
that useless? You're also there. So are you also wasting your money on Disney World?
Yeah. And then, how... Right.
Like, explain that. I mean, if we're wasting our money at this amusement park, then you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, she's like, it's for children. And I'm like,
That's not true.
no. Like, don't they hold weddings at Disney World?
Yes,
Aren't
'cause
there
you know-
bars at Disney World?
Yes. Yeah, they have a
Yes.
whole world where you can hit up every bar and taste all the beers.
Okay, they just added Star Wars Galaxy Edge to it. I guarantee you that's not for children.
No, it's not. First of all, Disney World is a magical place, and it's for everybody.
It is definitely for everyone. So, take your children. And if you don't have children, go. I haven't been to Disney World yet. If I get enough money to go, I'll go. And don't be mad because I'm a millennial at Disney World.
Right? Like, it sounds like to me, she had a crappy vacation.
Because she had her 3-year-old
Because she
with
had
her?
a 3-year-old who wasn't acting right, which is, they're 3. That's to be given. So, you had a crappy vacation, and you're blaming the people who enjoyed themselves at the same place you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, whatever, go without your kid.
And then I don't get what's the comments about they'll never know what it's like to see the happiness.
That's not true. They don't have kids yet. That don't mean they're never going to have kids.
Yeah, and what does that have to do with them being at Disney World? They're not robbing your child of happiness
But
because
she's
they're
writing
there.
it like we are, though. Like, that somehow 20-something years old at Disney World is taking something away from her kid.
And that was my other thing. So a millennial, right? It's like mid 30s to
it's
early to mid 20s to mid
The
30s,
cutoff
right?
is 96, I think.
Okay.
So that makes you about 27. So 35 to 27, something like that, I think.
Okay.
Is my math probably
Wait, you
bad?
said 96?
I think the cutoff is 96.
So it makes you 23.
Okay, so 23 to 35 is the cutoff.
Okay, so about 23 to 35. I'm sorry that you had a child late. Because if you're not a millennial, obviously you're not since you're complaining about millennials.
Right.
That means
You're 40-something years old with
you're
a
40
3-year-old.
with a 3-year-old. I'm sorry. Not my fault. Maybe you should have had a kid earlier.
She'd be less cranky if she did.
Yeah, I know how exhausting it is to chase a 3-year-old around since I have a 3-year-old, but also I'm not taking my 3-year-old to Cedar Point, let alone Disney World.
Yeah, why waste that money?
Yeah. Yeah, why waste that money to pay $90 for a 3-year-old?
Yeah. And then,
crazy.
is it for children? Because not all the children can get on all of those rides.
No. No, that's
So-
that's insane. And that pretzel story made no sense. And you know what? I worked hard for these legs. I can wear however short shorts I want to wear. Goodness.
Yeah, like why did she point out that one girl?
I had on short shorts. What they got to do with the pretzel?
Like, was it hot?
Probably it's Florida. It was very hot.
Yeah, it probably was very hot.
So I'm just like, she went on this
She
long.
bitter. Where her husband at? That's the problem. She ain't mentioned that
Yeah,
dude not
you were
one
at Disney.
time.
Like, it's a family, right? You said it's a family place.
Right.
Were you at Disney World by herself?
Where
with
your man
3-year-old?
at?
That's mean.
I bet you that's our problem. Just saying.
So, a couple of problems here. She took a 3-year-old to Disney World. That was her first mistake. I guess her first mistake was having a child late in life.
Oh, we just alienated so many
I did.
people who have
No,
late-
some people have children late in
wow.
life, but and that's fine. You can have a kid late in life, but
Don't blame-
later in life. Let me put not late because late is like 50.
Yeah, later.
Later in life.
But don't blame those that had their kids and their
Yeah,
teens.
but don't be mad about it. Yeah. If you chose to have your kid when you're 40, then,
Own it.
own it. All right. Talk about the millennials, man. All right.
We ruined your Disney trip. You know what, y'all? We going to Disney World.
Going to Disney World.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was just a bit of news. I just thought I would cover that. 'Cause,
Well, we just went ham on that.
man, yeah,
You
forget
blame
her.
him. I saw that article and I didn't read the whole thing because I'm like, what you mean I can't go to Disney World? I go to all the Disney Worlds I want to go to.
Oh, my gosh. But, yeah. So, sorry if you're over 40 and listening to us and you have... Actually, no, I don't advertise to anyone over 35.
That's so mean. I would say that, I do have a friend who mom had her in her 40s.
Yeah.
She didn't sing. I don't know if they ever went to Disney World, but nor did she seem bitter that she had this kid.
Well, that's the difference. Like, don't be angry about it. And it seems like she's just angry about
You
having
made my
a
kid
3-year-old
cry.
at her
You
age.
made your kid cry.
Yeah.
Stand in line like
Yeah,
everybody else.
why didn't she stand in line?
Stand in line.
You're at Disney World, so you're going to stand in line.
There's
I don't know.
lines up.
Yeah.
What I would have done was said, "Hey, girl, I'm gonna give you $10 and you buy another pretzel for my kid."
Hey, good idea.
Yup, that's what I'd have did.
Like, for real. I mean, and then, yeah, why'd you say no and wait? Like, I get it. Like you said, you're on vacation. Everybody's on vacation, right?
Right.
And so why were you waiting? Because if you learn anything from being at an amusement park, waiting's not going to help you. The line's not going to get shorter.
No, so right. So if you want it. And then you don't say no to your kids on vacation. You get whatever you want when you're on
Yeah,
vacation.
vacation is a free thing. You can do
Yeah,
whatever.
Do whatever.
Yeah,
What you talking
doesn't
about?
matter.
No. Got whatever we wanted on vacation.
We're probably not a good
Yeah, we
example. But anyhow, that's all the news that I had.
Okay.
So
Can we write back to this bitter lady? Were there comments in this article?
this was on Twitter. We could. You want me to tweet out it? Oh no, they covered who it was. They didn't say who it was that tweeted it.
There was a whole article about it. I want to comment to her.
I do too.
Yes. So, lady, if you're listening, holla at us because I got some thoughts for you.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
You can holler at this millennial, okay?
Yeah.
They always blame us.
No,
Like the
blame
world
me
is not
for-
our fault. Actually, it's yours.
Right.
So-
Blame me for your unhappiness.
Yeah, we inherited your world.
Get your life. Blame me because you bitter.
Alrighty, so I guess we'll move on to what you doing. Derek, what you doing this week?
All right, this week I watched the first 3 Jurassic Parks. So Jurassic Park 1,
Ooh.
Lost World, and 3. And I still hold that 3 is the worst one.
Out of all of
But
them?
huh?
Out of all of them?
1, 2, and
You
3?
said-
Or just
Yeah,
the
1,
first
2.
trio?
Yeah, the first trio.
I would say out of the first trio.
Okay.
I don't know. It's
if you
kind of on
count-
par with Fallen Kingdom.
I hate fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're gonna go with all 5, it just barely beats out the first one.
I feel like
I mean the third one.
The 5th one.
But
I don't know
Yeah,
what he was talking
I
about.
said the third one would just barely beat out the fifth one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not what you said, but we got
Oh,
you.
yeah. We understand now.
But I mean, hands down, Jurassic Park, dude, like one of the greatest movies ever. So I did that, and then also I caught up with Agent of Shield. So I know we're going to do a review for the whole season soon, but so I'm not going to get into any of the episodes, but this is on par with one of the first few seasons on how good this season is. I definitely like it better than
The
last
first 3 seasons weren't that good.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons wasn't that good.
It got good as it went on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the season is good,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I've seen all 3 Jurassic Parks, and I am fully caught up with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. My turn?
Yes, Desi, what you doing?
So, Investigation Discovery. Y'all watch this channel?
No.
The ID channel?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So, like, it's all of that, like, my killer neighbor or my coworker that stalked me,
Oh,
that kind of
God.
deal. And so,
Yeah.
like, when you watching that channel, you get so roped in, you end up watching, like, 4 straight episodes of crazy people doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And so there was one about, like, the case that got to me or whatever. It is basically about detectives solving crimes. But here is what I've learned in the 3 episodes I watched.
Okay.
Criminals, you will not get caught if you keep your mouth closed. Like, seriously, in every
Yeah.
episode, the officer is like, we had no leads, no clues, months has passed. He was like, we had to start working on other things. A guy decides to come home from work and tell his roommate, I killed 2 people with a baseball bat. It was like, and the crazy thing is, they had this guy's fingerprints, right? Mm-hmm. But it was in the early 2000s, so the fingerprints wasn't digital. And they would have to
okay.
manually flip through the cards. And so the captain was like, we don't have the money for it. You cannot run these prints. So the guy was going to get away. They had his prints, and his prints was in the system, but they couldn't check them. So if he did not tell his roommate, who, by the way, they weren't really friends. They were living in a halfway house, so they're not friends. He's just some guy who
Did he
decided
just randomly told somebody?
So basically, he told a complete stranger.
a complete stranger that I killed 2 people. And then, of course, now that you confess, they grabbed your prints and said, oh, they were on file. They would have never checked them. This guy would have got away with a double murder. The only witness was a 3-year-old boy. So, yeah, he's not talking.
Okay, wow. Well, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we're rooting for the double murderer here.
But stupid, right?
That was dumb. But, hey, I guess smart people don't really commit,
Yeah,
or
but
they
it
do
was
commit
like
crimes. But
another
I don't
one.
know.
This guy was going around killing prostitutes, right? Again, we have no leads. We don't know where Becky Sue is. It's been 3 weeks. He decides to roll up to the police station, talking about he found a girl on the side of the road and put her in the trunk.
What?
Literally. So the cop was like, open the trunk. But of course, the girl jumped out of the trunk of a moving car to get away from this crazy man.
Yeah.
So there's blood in his truck, and he's like, I don't know where she went. But I was like, dude, what was your end game here?
Yeah, why were
You
you...
gonna pull up to the police station with a girl in your trunk of the car?
Like,
So, he
they're
was-
going to arrest you.
He was trying to help her, but she was acting so crazy, he decided to put her in the trunk.
They're going to arrest you.
So, of course, now they can check his house, which is where he was murdering people.
Oh, God.
I was just like, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Like, so, yes, if you want to live a life of crime, Criminal 101, use a burner phone and keep your mouth closed.
Well, what about this is true story? Well, I guess those were true stories.
Those were true stories.
But recently, the guy that was eating people that came to his door.
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, this was sort of recent, and he ate a few delivery people. Said 6 Jehovah's Witnesses, and like the police found like. I forgot what it was. I think it was like a smell. Finally, people smelled it and they called. And the police found him. He was preparing some mystery meat, they said, in his garage when they came there.
Of course.
Yeah. Another bad thing is that apparently, like, he was the lead to a lot of community barbecues and
Oh my goodness.
feed the needy type stuff.
Of course
So,
he was.
like, I'm like, there is like absolutely zero chance that he was not feeding you guys human.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. He was
So-
definitely getting his Hannibal Lecter on.
Yeah, it sounds like a real Hannibal Lecter story. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, good lord.
Yeah, very interesting.
Wow.
So yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff going on. Besides learning about that this week, like Derek, I was finishing up Agents of Shield, so I was
Oh,
watching
am I
a
the
bunch
only
of
one
those
not
episodes.
finishing up this show?
Well, you should probably watch it because like 3 of the episodes were being
I know,
cut
I missed
off.
2 of them. I planned, but every time I went there, they disappeared on me.
Yeah, so I've been watching Agents of Shield, playing some more Kingdom Hearts. I finally
Yes, I saw that on my.
stop stalking me on PlayStation. Oh, I saw Desi was playing LA Noire.
I was.
Mm.
Yeah, I played for like 20 minutes.
Wow.
I was mad because I made some dumb mistakes on my case.
But yeah, I finally beat that game.
So,
But you have the option of playing through again as Riku, and it's a different story. So,
are you going to do that?
yeah. It seems easier as Riku, though. It's not as annoying.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I thought you would move on to like Kingdom Hearts 1.5 or something. Was that the...
no, this is technically 1.5, this one.
Oh, this is technically... Okay, that is...
Yeah, 1.5, those games there's actually no 1.5. That it's a bundle of Kingdom Hearts, this game, and another game.
Oh, so why do they call it 1.5? That's
I
just
don't-
confusing.
Because it covers the in between before 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. So, after this, I get to move on to Kingdom Hearts 2. So,
That was a lot of work to get to Kingdom Hearts 2.
and the Kingdom Hearts 2 got that 3-hour beginning, which is so horrible. I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like it's like you don't even get to the main story for like 3 hours.
So what's the first 3 hours about?
You're playing as Roxas.
Ooh.
I'm not going to explain it because the story makes no sense.
Okay.
You're playing as another character.
Okay. But he's not important.
Yeah, technically he's important,
Okay.
but the story is stupid.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Yeah, so
I watched them play it back in the day, and I was just like, yeah, this is dumb.
yeah, so but once I get into Kingdom Hearts 2, that should be fun. Because I actually had fun playing Kingdom Hearts 1 again, and it's been years since I played it, so I was like, wow, this is actually fun. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I feel like Kingdom Hearts been your answer for like the last 3 weeks.
I told you
It
2
has
other
been.
things that I was doing.
No. I need you to
It has
find
been.
a new what you're doing. I work hard every week to come up with something new.
I gave you 2 other things that I was doing. Whatever.
Nope.
She just put you on blast, bro.
Yeah, whatever. I listened to Wolverine and Lost Trail.
That doesn't count. That was the main topic.
All right. Okay, that's about it for the podcast, you guys. Thank you very much for listening. If you want to reach out to us, you can. We're on Facebook. It's facebook.com/3D Rivals. We're also on Twitter. You can tweet at us if you're an angry mom. And that's at 3_rivals on Twitter. Or you can email us in that archaic form of communication. That's 3drivals@gmail.com. Next week there won't be an episode, so you can catch us the week after. And again, thank you much for listening. Peace out.